If there is one person who should have been here tonight and is not, it is Bill Taylor, Vanguard's last editor-in-chief, whose death last June brought shock and sadness to all of us. Here to give us a measure of Bill's life and the issues he championed is Myron Kandel, our colleague and Bill's very good friend. Myron has himself made a significant mark on electronic and print journalism, having served as CNN's founding financial editor and economic commentator for 25 years. He previously served as financial editor of the Washington Star, the New York Post, and the New York Herald Tribune, for which he also was a foreign correspondent. Myron also worked as a reporter for the New York Times, was a syndicated columnist and editor of the New York Law Journal. The recipient of numerous professional citations, Myron most recently was awarded the Missouri School of Journalism's Honor Medal for Distinguished Service in Journalism. The award will be presented a week from tomorrow. Congratulations, Myron, and welcome.
The name of the old song is Just Plain Bill, but our Bill Taylor was never plain. He took Vanguard by storm, joining as a freshman, became sports editor at the tender age of 18, became editor a year later, and presided finally and firmly over its last days on campus. He never forgot that experience. But that was just the beginning of greater things to come. He went off to Yale Law School, joined the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, where he worked under Thurgood Marshall, and served in the U.S. Army during the tail end of the Korean War, stationed on Governor's Island. It was tough duty, but someone had to do it. It was during his Army days that Bill's character was tested in an unusual way. He became a contestant on the popular quiz show Tic-Tac-Dough. He won $7,000, but then quit after getting a sense that the show wasn't on the up and up. He later was told that he won more money than anyone else who had not been fed the answers. The man who had stood up to Harry Gideons had no qualms about standing up to crooked quiz show promoters. Bill always said that his Vanguard experience resonated periodically throughout his life. Best of all, it brought him together with an attractive fellow student named Harriet Rosen. She had been the editor of her high school newspaper, and unaware of the Vanguard controversy, she joined Kingsman, which the college administration had put together to replace us. Since she was one of the only staffers with journalistic experience, they made her managing editor. But then she interviewed Bill about how it felt to be what was called a bad campus citizen. She quickly saw the light, resigned from Kingsman, and became Bill's steady girlfriend, then his wife and partner for 43 years before her death in 1997. In her own right, Harriet became a highly respected trial judge in Washington. One high point in Bill's early career at the Legal Defense Fund was when he had to hurriedly write most of a brief to be presented to the U.S. Supreme Court in the crucial Little Rock, Arkansas school case. The court upheld the fund and Bill's brief in a unanimous decision. Bill later became general counsel and then staff director of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission by appointments of Presidents Kennedy and Johnson, playing an important role in the civil rights revolution that was sweeping the nation. Vanguard came up there too. When Bill's nomination to the top job at the commission was pending, he was told that some Brooklyn College officials were saying negative things about him, among them Gideons and Dean Herbert Stroop, Dean of Students. Bill later secured his FBI file and discovered among the statements that Stroop had said, Bill was associated with groups that were espousing such liberal causes, and I quote, as the rights of the Negro in the South. How subversive can you get? But Bill explained the circumstances of the paper's expulsion and noted that rather than being the scruffy band of radicals the administration had described, Vanguard staffers had gone on to successful careers in journalism, business, and elsewhere. He even mentioned Mike Levitas and yours truly among them. So we are in some FBI file. He did get nominated and confirmed and served with courage and distinction until Nixon was elected, and then he had to seek a new career. He spent a year at Yale teaching and writing his first book. He thought about elective office and finally decided to concentrate on the civil rights field he knew so well. He created the the Center for National Policy Review, based it at Catholic University Law School, and helped lead the fight for civil rights, and particularly for educational equality, a battle he was still fighting at the time of his death 4 months ago. He also helped mobilize the successful fight to defeat the appointment of Robert Bork to the U.S. Supreme Court. He served as vice chairman of the Leadership Council on Civil Rights and did much, much more. It was altogether fitting that President Gould's predecessor, Christoph Kimmich, awarded an honorary degree and invited him to deliver the commencement address. Kimmich later said, "We recognize Bill Taylor because he stands for things we value, like independence of thought and fighting for principles you believe in." Bill was a true giant of our times. Those who shared Vanguard with him have been proud to know him and his work. He was one of the very best ever produced by Brooklyn College, and I think he spoke for most of us when he wrote these words in his 2004 autobiography titled The Passion of My Times. He said, "In retrospect, I believe that the Vanguard experience prepared me for life's struggles." Bill Taylor was well prepared, he achieved, and he'll be missed.